everyone. So in our previous video, we covered all the basic concepts that you should be knowing about education loans. Today, we'll be diving deeper into the expenses covered, documents required, and even steps needed to be taken by you to apply for an education loan. Now go ahead and grab a pen and paper and make your checklist ready so that you don't miss out on anything important.
For the past year at Inside IIM, we have been conducting one-on-one career coaching sessions as counsel, short domain-specific courses as masterclasses, and university-affiliated certificate programs. Now, we are extremely excited to announce that we have a new home for all these highly rated programs in altuni.in. So, if you are looking to earn a high salary, get a promotion, switch jobs, click on the link in the description or just visit altuni.in. Thank you, enjoy the video, and don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update. Cheers.
Expenses covered. So now we all know that the tuition fees of the course is covered 100% by the loan. But other than that, there's so many other costs that we will be incurring in our 2 years, which can also be covered by the loan. These expenses include the fees payable for our hostel and accommodation, examination library and laboratory fee, costs for books, instruments and other study material, caution deposits, building funds and any other bills or receipts that may come up, traveling expenses for study abroad trips, purchase of laptops and computer essential costs, and any other expenses that are required by you for study tours, project work or thesis. So now depending on what your needs are and what expenses you will be incurring, all of that can be covered by your loan. So now next, going ahead to the most important part. What are the documents that you will have to apply for a loan? So make sure to have all your documents in place before applying for a loan to ensure a very smooth and simple process. As I say the following documents required, make sure to tick them in your checklist as well. So first and foremost, you will be requiring the loan application in the bank's format, proof of admission to the course, passport size photographs, address and age proof if you're not an existing bank customer, copies of mark sheets in the qualifying exams, schedule of expenses for the course. So this is basically your course prospectus where all the course fees are mentioned, statement of bank account for the last 6 months of the borrower or co-borrower, income tax assessments which are not more than 2 years old, and a brief statement of the assets and liabilities of the borrower. So now once all your documents are in place, you can go ahead and apply for your loan. And nowadays with everything being online, it's so much more simpler for us to go and apply for such loans. Now here is the step-by-step process that you have to follow for applying for a loan. First and foremost, make sure to compare all the different loan schemes that are out there and get one that best suits your needs, not the one that all your friends are taking. Next, go ahead and fill in the bank application loan form. Once you do this, you will also receive a phone call from the bank representative. Over this phone call, the bank representative will inquire about all your requirements and also solve any queries that you have. An executive from the bank will also assist you in filling up a detailed application loan form along with submitting all the necessary documents to the bank. The application form will then be reviewed by your bank, and the bank also may ask you for any additional information that they may be requiring from your end. So once all necessary procedure has been completed, the loan application will be approved by your bank. You will be asked to then sign an agreement and all the formalities will be completed. But please make sure to give it a thorough reading before signing anything. This loan amount is generally deposited in the institute's account itself. However, in some cases, it can be deposited in your account as well. You will have to provide all the valid bills and any costs that you will be incurring to justify your expenses. So now speaking from experience, if you're going to take a loan from a nationalized bank, the process may be a little longer and you may have to continuously visit the branch to make sure everything is in place. However, for private banks and NBFCs, they come to your house and the loan process is so much more faster and smoother. But depending on your needs and urgency, make sure to select the right loan provider. So now coming to how can you really repay your education loan? So repayment of education loans start 1 year after completing the course or 6 months after securing a job, whichever is earlier. The repayment period is generally between 5 to 10 years and can be extended beyond that as well, depending on the bank's terms and conditions. You will also receive benefits under the Income Tax Act. The interest paid on education loans is allowed as a deduction from the total amount under the scheme 80E. However, the deduction is provided only for the interest part of the EMI, and there is no tax benefit for the principal part of the EMI. It is available for a period of 8 years from the starting year from which you start repaying the loan, or until the interest is fully paid, whichever comes earlier. There is also the Central Sector Interest Subsidy Scheme. Under this scheme, interest subsidy is given to support students from economically weaker sections whose annual parental income is not more than Rs 4.5 lakhs from all sources. So this subsidy is given during the moratorium period of the loan from loans taken by scheduled banks. So now there are multiple ways by which you can pay back your loan. First and foremost is obviously the equated monthly installments, EMIs. So here a certain amount has to be paid back every month until your payback tenure gets over. Number 2 is also prepayment, where you can pay some part as part payment, which will be deducted from your principal amount. And then there's also the option of full payment. So here you can at any point of time before the completion of your course or even after pay back the whole loan amount. As per RBI regulations, there would be no charge for full payment of closures. So now that you know everything that there is to take an education loan, go ahead and start getting your documents in place to take you one step closer to applying for loans and one step closer to entering your dream B school. Be careful to set a proper repayment period. My suggestion is that don't extend it for too many years and try paying off all your loan within the first 5 years of passing out, because this will help in reducing the interest that you would have to pay to the bank and cutting down on your long-term dues. In our upcoming videos, we've also got you covered with helping you picking the right education loan schemes. So let me know how has your loan process been for you, and if there's anything else you'd like me to cover, drop it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you all in our next video.